Meanwhile, President Obama pushing to shut down the detention center at Guantanamo Bay before he leaves office. You know, that's something that he vowed to do before he took office back in 2009. Well, right now, we're told, he's searching for a new defense secretary who's willing to carry out that task. Meanwhile, sources tell the Wall Street Journal that more releases are right now in the works. Let's look at the numbers. There were 242 detainees in that prison facility when the president took office. So far, 96 have been transferred, repatriated, or resettled, and 4 have died. Today, there are still 142 detainees who remain there in custody.
Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen is live for us in Washington. So, James, is this a case of the president doing an end run around Congress?
Heather and Eric, good morning. The answer is yes and no. Through his aides, and with the exception of the Bo Bergdahl case, the commander-in-chief is indeed providing key lawmakers on the House and Senate Armed Services committees with the required 30 days notice of intended prisoner transfers from the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay. The question, however, is whether in the face of congressional opposition to the outright closure of Gitmo, the president is slowly but surely emptying the place of prisoners and thereby rendering its closure a moot point. For that reason, GOP lawmakers are considering whether to change the process by which detainees can be transferred, making it more difficult. Among the most recent transfers the Obama administration has presided over, as our Catherine Herridge reported, was Fawzi al-Awda, dubbed the forever detainee because he first arrived at the facility in Cuba in 2002. Believed to have been a recruiter and courier for al-Qaeda, al-Awda was sent to Kuwait earlier this month amid concerns that the Obama administration, in its push to depopulate Gitmo, is accepting ever greater risks with the remaining prisoners, Heather.
But I keep saying they're deemed no longer dangerous. Let's talk about Hagel, how he plays into this. We've heard the slow pace at which Gitmo is being emptied of its detainees, that was one of the points of tension for the Obama White House that maybe led to the resignation of Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel.
Well, congressional sources have confirmed this to Fox News, Heather, saying it was a source of, quote, significant tension between Hagel and the president. The signature of the defense secretary is required for each and every detainee that the administration selects for transfer, certifying that the move would not pose a significant danger to U.S. national security. And Hagel, the first enlisted man to serve as defense secretary, was more hesitant in granting such certifications than White House National Security Advisor Susan Rice and her boss, the commander-in-chief, had expected.
The Pentagon wants to move slower on this. They want to make certain that these are the most dangerous detainees we have, that we do not put them in the hands of people where they're going to facilitate them returning to the fight against us and against our allies.
At its height, the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay held some 800 suspected terrorists. Heather.
All right. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen, thank you.